Welcome to Monday Night Live. Let me load you guys up on my phone so I can see the chat. If I can. Ba-ba-bum. Here we are. So Monday Night Live, guys. Hope you all had a magnificent Valentine's Day last weekend. I want to talk today a little bit about relationships and what we can learn from things like Valentine's Day. And I've also got some goodies here. The secret to having wealth. What else have we got here? Oh, LinkedIn updates. New enhancements to your LinkedIn profile. Get on this before anyone else does. What's up, Haley? What's up, Aryan? Dorothy, how are ya? Good to see ya. Awesome. Great to have you with you. Great to have you with me. There we go. It was a mouthful, wasn't it? So on your LinkedIn profile, check it out, guys. There's a new feature and it's called Featured. And you can highlight links off of LinkedIn. So you can drive people to a landing page or a sales page or to get a free download or something like that. Pretty awesome, like straight from your profile to a conversion mechanism. Or you can get them to subscribe to your YouTube channel straight away. You can promote your most recent articles, stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Check it out. I wonder if I can show you. Let's see if I can work this out. Share screen. Let's try it. We're going to experiment here. Your entire screen, share. Cool. So is that on screen there, is it? Oh, yeah, cool. There we go, add to stream. Sweet. Let me just check out the comments. It's paused. Well, maybe it slowed it down having the screen there. See how we go. I'll show you very quickly. Oh, it's just giving me a delay. Okay, so on my profile here, you can see this section here, featured. This is brand new. So you can drive people here to like a sales page where they can download a sales kit, to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Nick Fordham, what are you selling, champ? Mate, I'm not selling anything. Getting a bit laggy, is it? Okay. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Sorry to disappoint, Nick. No sales today, mate. All right. So moving on. So the secret to wealth, I believe, and this is a widespread belief among some wealthy people in the world, that gratitude is actually the key to wealth. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail. When life gets a little bit difficult or business may be bad or sales aren't very good or, you've got the tax man on your ass, it's very easy to become negative. And the problem with that is you don't become creative about the situation that you're in. So by being grateful for the situation that you're in, you're actually more creative. No lags on my end. It's perfect, man. Nick, the producer, getting a bit laggy. Jaron must have 5 grand. Cool. All right. I'm getting mixed messages, but I'm going to keep going. So this is what I suggest you do, is practice gratitude. The easiest way to practice gratitude is just to have an awesome life, like work out what your values are and design your life so that you're living your highest value. For me, like I love educating, speaking, and I love people. So, what I do, a large portion of it is in line with my highest value. So I'm naturally pretty grateful. Also value family. So I make sure I spend a lot of time, with my family so that I've got, that gratitude muscle exercised. What I reckon you should do is write down like a list of all of your problems, right? So like I lost my job with a bad boss. I can't get a job, or my girlfriend cheated on me. My house is in foreclosure, example. And then write something that you're grateful for because of that situation, right? So you're not going to love these situations, but if you can find something that you're grateful for in that situation, like you lost your job, now I'm grateful I've got the opportunity to try something new, to learn a new skill, to do that thing that I always wanted to do. Or my girlfriend cheated on me. Now I know what she's like, and I've got the opportunity to meet somebody a little bit more trustworthy and in line with my values. And thank God it didn't happen 10 years down the track. Moving on. Okay. Now, relationships. Now, I'm getting lots of text. Relationships, personal relationships, are very similar to business relationships. Now, let me ask you something. If we treated our personal relationships like some of the marketing that goes on social media or even advertising, do you think that we would be able to form any meaningful long-term relationships? Probably not. What we need to consider doing is, rather than interrupting people and thinking about what we want to tell them, is to consider thinking about how can we actually add value to the audience that we are contributing to. Because when you tell people stuff, you're thinking about what to tell people, you're thinking about what can you tell them so that you can get what you want. The opposite of that is to work out what your audience wants and find out a way to give them that. So one way is very much self-serving and the other way is very selfless. I think that the number one reason social media marketing is so difficult for a lot of business professionals and business owners is because we're by nature, especially in the business world, selfish. And we're pretty impatient as well. So we're thinking about the fast ways to hack the relationship, get the 10,000 strong email database or connect to 10,000 people in a month and send them all messages and try and hack our way to attention. Whereas when you have permission to market to people, they want to hear from you, they expect to hear from you, and they actually want the content because you are helping them and adding value. Every time you add value through content, people release something called endorphin, dopamine, or oxytocin in their brain, which means they like you more, they trust you more. So you may have heard me speak about the mere exposure effect. The mere exposure effect 15 years ago stated that you need about 5 exposures to a brand to prefer them, to like them more, to be, to trust them more than the next brand, all things being equal. So like if you saw Coca-Cola's billboard 5 times on the way home on the freeway and you didn't see Pepsi, you're more likely to like and trust Coca-Cola and drink that particular brand. So these days, it's more like 25 or 30 exposures that you need in order to be familiar enough for a brand to like and trust you. So, an individual to like and trust you. And so it's no different in the professional world. Like with content marketing, I think to myself, how can I get 25 or 30 exposures in front of my target audience that builds likability and trust by adding value and releasing those positive brain chemicals? If I did what a chap suggested I might be doing earlier on and started selling on here, I would probably release cortisol in a lot of the people that are watching, and there wouldn't be as many people watching again next week. And so if you're putting 25 exposures in front of somebody and you put a call to action in every single exposure, you are going to piss some people off and you're not going to be adding value. It'll have a negative effect. So, mere exposure effect, guys. How can you get your brand with content that's relatable, that that creates positive brand sentiment in front of your audience? Ask them how you can add value. All right, hashtags. I feel like a lot of people are getting hashtags confused on LinkedIn. Do not hashtag every single word you can think of at the end of your post, guys. Hashtags are not the most effective way to get more eyeballs on your content. It's much more important to get engagement. And if you put too many hashtags in, it's kind of looks messy. Don't put spaces between your hashtags and words. Don't use punctuation after your words. Like hashtag just do it needs to be no spaces. Hashtag space just, space do, space it. That doesn't work. Do capitalize multi-word hashtags. So if your hashtag is 2 words, like social media, you can make the S and the M capital so it's easier to read. Don't use symbols or punctuation marks, full stop, in your hashtags. Make sure you check your spelling. I can't tell you how many times I see hashtags misspelt. If the hashtag's misspelt, it loses all of its value. So check your spelling. I use LinkedIn Heroes, hashtag LinkedIn Heroes. The reason that I like creating brand-specific hashtags is because it's the only way you can access a library of content on LinkedIn. So if you follow LinkedIn Heroes, hashtag LinkedIn Heroes, or you click on it, you will see all of the pre-posts that to do with that hashtag in it. So a lot of my previous episodes and interviews are there. It's the only way you can access all this previous library of content. Whereas like Instagram, for example, when you go to somebody's profile, you see their library of content. But on LinkedIn, you don't. You see their profile. So it's a little bit different. And there's a few differences really that make LinkedIn more advantageous than the other platforms because let's face it, on Instagram, can you really decide who follows you? Like it'd be great. Like if you target real estate agents in Mexico and you could just say, hey, real estate agents in Mexico, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me, follow me. And they just want to, and they do. Now, on LinkedIn, can you send somebody a connection request to a real estate agent in Mexico? And if they accept, they see your content in their newsfeed. It's very different to somebody clicking follow when they connect with you because you've reached out to them, you're building a relationship. Most of the time, you'll have connections in common, just the way the LinkedIn search results work. How cool is it? A social media platform where you decide who's following your content. Pretty powerful stuff. I think LinkedIn is the most underrated platform, still 7 years in. Don't rip off other people's hashtags. Don't use too many words. People struggle to remember hashtags. They're really powerful for events. Like when you're having an event, like when people are posting, you want people to be able to find all the other content. Hashtags are really powerful, but you want to use hashtags that are really easy to remember. Like when we did the LinkedIn versus Instagram tour with Brooke, we were like, what hashtag? LinkedIn vs Instagram is quite long, but we used it because we're like, you know what? And if we try and overcomplicate it, people are going to get it wrong, going to misspell it, blah, blah, blah. And so you can check it out. A lot of posts there, LinkedIn versus Instagram. We gave away a few prizes to people who posted and stuff. On that note, there are 18,000 children under the age of 12 that sleep on the street in Australia that are homeless on any given night in Australians' winter. And so the big problem, because I think it was only 12,000 2 years ago. Now there's 18,000 kids under the age of 12 that are homeless. So I'm doing the CEO sleep out. A couple of things I'm going to do. The first 3 people that donate to my CEO sleep out, you can donate $1, you can donate 50 cents, are going to get a free membership to LinkedIn Insider, the online training course. $597 plus GST. We do monthly webinars. You join a private community on LinkedIn. I kind of sound like I'm selling now. I'm giving away the first 3 people to donate, like from now on the CEO Sleep Out. Just go find Nathanial Bibby on CEO Sleep Out. And I'm also going to give away 3 LinkedIn Insider memberships to people who post about the CEO Sleep Out and tag me in the post as well. You can post jokes, you can make fun of me, you can do whatever you like. And I'm going to pick 3 of the most creative, and I'm going to give away 6 memberships in total to online training course LinkedIn Insider and our private membership community. Alrighty, let's have a look at the feedback in the comments. Let's see if we've got some questions. Here we go. Geez, what a delay. I really hope it's working. Jared Harman. That's really got a big delay. Let's have a look if I can. Here we go. Gemma, there you are. Haley, I'll pass that message on if Nat doesn't get it tonight. Would you say limit to say 5 most relevant hashtags? Haley, yes, even less than that. I think 3. Like, to be honest, use 1 branded hashtag and use like 1 sort of higher level hashtag like marketing or leadership, lifestyle, and then do one more specific one. So maybe like hashtag LinkedIn marketing or hashtag content strategy, like something more specific that people, if they find it, are likely to engage with it. Hashtags are hashtag shit, says Nick Fordham. Gemma, she's getting in there, monitoring the chat. Brian Saunders, good to hear from you, mate. Content. Guys, hashtags are a great way to build your brand. Remember, create your own hashtags. Drop your hashtag in the comments if you want me to follow your hashtag, and maybe some of the other creators will follow your hashtag as well. I'm certainly interested in you following LinkedIn Heroes and Ask Nat. How many minutes have we been on the live? We've got a limit. We have to be 10 minutes. Stop sharing. Oh, I've only just stopped sharing my screen. No wonder it was going slow. Okay, I reckon we've been on for 20 minutes, guys. So that's a wrap. See you next week, Monday night, 6 p.m. Perth time, 9 p.m. Melbourne and Sydney time. Go out there and update your profile with profile enhancements. Remember to practice gratitude. I want to hear what you're grateful for, guys. And go and donate $7 million to my CEO Sleep Out. I'll see you next week. Rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic week.